Okay, preparing. Great. Just a sec. My computer is not helping me. I'm gonna put the video. Wait. Share screen. Guys, I'm not able to share my screen, unfortunately. Let me see. I don't know if I'm able to share my screen while we're live. Oh, such a pity.
I think it's because of the YouTube.
Yeah. I should shown you the video first, but that's okay. So I'll give you two options, guys. I'll let you decide. I can share the link and we all watch individually. It's 2 minutes, or we continue without the video. It's just information to introduce the subject. What do you prefer?
For me, continue, no problem.
Okay, everyone okay? So I'm gonna share the link anyway. So after our meeting, you can watch if you want. It's a very nice introduction video. Okay, so Ariadne, please do the honors and read the first question for us.
Sure. Do you usually answer your message right away? I can answer. Ready? Hi, listen.
Yeah,
You can answer, please.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I take a long time if it isn't my clients, like for my personal life. I take a long time to answer, you know, like I think, oh, I have to answer, but and usually at the moment I'm doing a lot of things. So I think, oh, later I will answer. And I think I started a month ago to separate my WhatsApp from a WhatsApp business to WhatsApp personal. But it's kind of difficult. Like my grandma, she still send me messages in WhatsApp business. So I'm going to do that change. But I took a time to answer, and sometimes makes me feel like, oh my God, anxious to, oh, I forgot to do that. But yeah, I usually take I don't know how many days, but I take a time from my personal life, not from my clients. Okay, my clients are
Many days.
Many days. I think 5 days. You know, like once a week I stop and no, I have to answer my friends, because just answer my clients like it's my priority. So sometimes I feel like, oh, I have to make my personal life priority too. That's why I have to do that move to answer. But and you, Leticia, how about you?
Thank you.
Okay. When I'm working, I I answer the message right now. It's only necessary because if I do an important task or other thing, I depends the message. I just answer for people wait me, and but for example, in my personal life, it's only necessary I answer right away, because in the other times you wait my answer, and I'm not I may have a problem with to do 2 or 3 things in the same time, okay? And I put my cell phone and the other messages in the offline banners, and I answer at it only necessary. And you, Wanda?
I will answer right away. Yes, because I have many clients. They have pen, they need to help, and I have many aunts, old aunts, and they need to get in contact. I don't answer anymore videos and politics subjects, this kind of things. I don't answer. Neither, I don't know, correntes religiosas. I never answer things like that. But for heart or for job, I answer. Religions change. Yes, never, never. Don't count with me. And you, Murilo, how about you?
Okay, in my case, I don't need to use WhatsApp, and, because I try and keep my focus in my job. Yeah, in my work, you have a private chat, and more specific in Google Chat. Yeah, and during my interval, I use WhatsApp. I remove all notifications, all aplicativos doesn't has notifications in my case for not and atrapalhar my job. Yeah, that's it. And you next, Hannah, yeah.
Well, I have to say, to be honest, that I have a little bit FOMO because I was talking with my girlfriend a few weeks ago about this subject, and a few months ago I took a vacation, and I saw that my coworkers was talking about a problem in a job in my work, and I really have had to watch what they are talking about, and I have FOMO, so I have fear of missing out. So for messages from the job, I have to answer right away. But for the other messaging from in the some cases, my family or friends, I took a little time to answer these messages. So it depends. If it's from my work, I answered like right now, and WhatsApp and another kind of messages, I take a little time to answer these questions or messages.
Very nice, Hannah. Thanks for sharing. And it's interesting because in your case, it was the opposite. You were on vacation and your friends were at work, and you had to know what was happening, right?
Yes, it was a problem, and a feature that was released in the app. So I had to understand this problem and maybe solve this problem. And I felt a little anxious with this problem, so I had to answer these messages. So it's a problem because I was in vacation. So.
Okay. Yeah, and it's easier for us to see the other side, like we're working and we're on social media, seeing that someone is traveling, is on vacation, is doing something nice while we're studying or working or doing our daily obligations. Very nice. Leticia, number 2, please.
Okay. Do you check your social media very often? No. No. I turn off all the notifications in my cell phone, and I use the social media in the parts of my day. And I think I organize this in my day because it's impossible to me to see the social media and the work in a few minutes after, and the other time you see the social media again. Okay, in my mind it's too crazy about this, and I'm not have a concentration, and I prefer use it when 1 or 2 times a day.
Very nice. Thank you. What about you, Murilo?
Okay, interesting question. Yeah, I try avoid using social media, but I like that using LinkedIn and often for looking new knowledges and new opportunities, or when I have an important or urgent message from recruiters. Yeah. That's yeah, that's it. And you next, Wanda. Wanda, I don't know.
No, I
Okay.
answer already. Yeah, for me, I don't have Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. I don't have it. I have, but I don't like. I don't open, never. And I use WhatsApp for answer my relatives and my patients, and Twitter for fight. And is that, and for you, Renan, my Niterói colleague.
Yeah. For me, I really like Twitter. I think many people don't like Twitter, but I like because I think it's good for faster information. So I don't write any tweets. I just look at information and see what is happening in the world. So I think it's a good tool, a good social media. But for another Facebook, Instagram, I don't use so much. So, but for Twitter, I really like to use. And Ariadne.
Oh, I check my social. I try to check just 3 times per day, but depends of the day. But like Twitter, I don't use too much. I read just some news, but it's not every day. More for like I have to take the subway here in São Paulo. It's really crowded, or we have some problems in the line. So the Twitter media of the metro of São Paulo is really good. So I enter to see if I have a problem. But my personal social media, I try to use just sometimes, but I'm not so self-controlled like Leticia said. She does and just the times I try to, but depends. Like
It's the best.
Yeah, today I checked it already more times than I wanted, but because I was talking with a friend or don't know, like that points. But it's that I I have this feeling to, oh my God, if somebody send me something or have something that I have to see that. And you, Vicky, do you check usually?
Guys, you all are way better than me at this point because for real, I check my social media more often than I would like. I guess I'm not looking for anything specific, but anytime I feel boredom or sometimes, or I'm doing something that is very tedious, I open my social media, nothing specifically. Can be call a friend on hit a friend on WhatsApp, can be Twitter. Actually, on Twitter, I check more to be up to date with the tech recruiters to see if there's a nice opportunity, and Instagram as well. But that's the reason why from times to times I delete my Instagram app, because when I realize I'm staying too long on the internet, I have to delete so I can be more productive, not because of work, but to do other things that I like, that I actually don't do, because on my free time I'm on Instagram, for example. So I can read a book, I can go for a walk, I can watch a movie and things like this. But it's nice, and maybe I'll try to do like Leticia. Check, I don't know, 2 times or 3 times. It's very interesting. Question number 3. I want you all guys to be honest, because I know there is a lot of people that work after the schedule. So Wanda, please read for us.
All the time. Many patients broken the tooth, have pain, and I answer all the time. Needs a medicine, and it's impossible. I need to help them. Yeah.
So you
Okay.
work on emergency, for example, if they broke their tooth.
Yeah, they broke it, and I help with a medicine, and I schedule for the next week, the next day, or thing like that. If it is a urgent, I open my clinic and help them. It's my job, and I love my job.
It's a very private treatment. You open your clinic outside the work schedule for your patients if it's an emergency.
If they have pain, a really pain, don't the medicine don't help. I need to do that, because pain, toothache is really hard.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Renan? Do you answer business messages outside the work schedule?
Yeah, as I say before, on my vacations, I said I answer any messages and solve some problems. And I have to say that I was answering a message right now, so guilty. And yes, I really answer a message, business message. And Leticia.
Okay, in the past, I do this, but now no. I working as a consultant for a long time, and I started as a software developer in 2005, and don't have any social media and the smartphone and the other things. And the people call me 11 p.m., 12 midnight to help other people in the past. Oh my God, it's too hard. And when I started I work as a consultant, I work in different projects, and I understand there are semi-clients too anxious about this project, about this, and I put a limit in with the clients and with my boss, for example. Don't call me after, and it's extremely necessary. For example, the software down or not to work, and there is other things, and the software are fire, for example. In the other times, I don't answer. In the other day, I stay in the office, so I will call. It's too hard. It's too hard. And now I understand it's good for me, and it's part of my life when I put all of the notifications offline in my cell phone. But because you need time for you, and I know the technology, it's consuming part of our life.
Yeah, that's true. Very nice, because it affects so much of the quality in your life, right? The focus on you doing the other things that demand your attention.
Yes, and for me, it's too crazy to do many things in the same time, because I'm crazy too. It's impossible.
Ariadne.
I'm trying to not answer, but like last year I had a burnout. I didn't have hours, schedule hours to work, and it was really a mess with my boss. Every hour he wants to send me something he just sent, and I felt mandatory to answer, but I passed it to this burnout in last December, and then I started the therapy, and helped me a lot to understand what Leticia was saying, like put limits and respect my own time. Like I will work from this hour until this hour, and then I will, how can I say, I will answer the other day, like just so simple, but sometimes it's really hard to exercise this. And I'm trying to, I'm most times I wait to answer, but depends on the case. I am so anxious that I answer, but I'm in this process, take a long time. And
are you feeling better now after this?
Yes, much better. I think, to understand our limits from work, it's really good, because even if I love my work. I love architecture. I love my clients, and I love the projects. I'm really involved into it, but it's like a process to understand that you have to have a rest time in your day. You have to have a time for yourself, a time for your family, and this. I'm trying to. In the theory, it's good, but in practice, I'm. This is my objective. I'm trying to get there. And what about you, Murilo? I think you didn't answer yet.
Yeah, in my old job, it happens a lot because, for example, deploy on Fridays. Yeah, it's a big problem. On weekends, send message a lot. Depends deployed. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, and my current job, this is not happens yet, but I am grateful with it. Then I try and avoid it, and my friends of job don't disturb. Yeah, doesn't disturb. Yeah, that's it. And the next question, yeah, everyone answers this question.
Yeah, everyone answered. You can read the next question, please.
Can I answer it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
Read the number 4, please, Murilo.
Okay. Have you ever tried to stay away from social media? If so, for how long And how was it? Just a moment. Yeah, I try all the time, but sometimes I use a little. Yeah, and in my daily, I try avoid using in my our job, yeah, during my our job. And, yeah, I try avoid the lecture.
Okay. I'm not a heavy user in the social media, for example, Facebook and Twitter. I think I see this one time a week, for example. And the other social media, Instagram, for example, I use more now, but I'm control my day to use this, and I think it's possible to stay off for more days. For me, it's not only necessary to access this social media every day. I'm a crazy person. Okay.
Yeah, you're very different from everyone, Leticia.
Okay. And when I born, it don't have anything, and it's common for me. But I understand this. It's too anxious for me. If I use this a lot of time, I I don't do other things, and I only use the social media. Okay, but I focus in the other things. I'm a focused person now.
You can answer next, Hannah.
Okay. I don't consider myself as addicted in social media. I use the social networks every day, but I don't think I'm not addicted. So because of that, I haven't tried to stay away for social networks. But if in the future I see myself as addicted, I really take this kind of position to stay away from this, because if we are talking about social media, depending of the kind of stuff that you are looking in the social media, I think maybe it can be bad for your life. So if in the future this happened to me, I think I will stay away from the social media.
What about you, Wanda?
I agree with Renan. I'm not addicted, but once a year I stay away for everything because I get a boat to dive, to do a scuba diving. And
Nice.
it's for 15 days. I'm only see the sea and the life, marine life. Yes, I get out of all the social media and all of things.
Very
Yeah.
nice. So you go with your family, you stay away 15 days. Where do you go? How
No,
is it? Tell more about that. I'm interested.
I belong to a group of scuba divers, and
Uh-huh.
we travel around the world to dive with sharks, with um, marine life, all the marine life, but specialized in sharks.
Wow.
Yeah, we love
Very
sharks.
brave.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very nice. Thank you. What about you, Ariadne?
I tried a month to stay off from Instagram, even from WhatsApp when I took vacation. But it was really nice. I think when I came back to world, it was like, oh my God, people talk too much. I have a lot of notice. And then when I came back from this month sabbatic from from social media was I think I got better with the time I was passing by it, losing with it. But yeah, I think I have some periods. But now I work with this, so I don't see myself doing it more time. It's this now. And what about you?
Makes a lot of sense since now, for example, Murilo, he uses another social media to talk at work with his colleagues. But in my case, for example, we don't use another place. We use WhatsApp, so it's easier for me to lose my focus. But like I said, from times to times, I try to stay away from social media because I see that it interferes a lot about what I do and even how I think, because on social media we're used to consume content that it's very fast, very quick. So it's hard to keep focused. It's answering the next question already. It's easier to lose focus in longer activities. So if anything happens, I can lose my focus very fast. So I guess it was a bit more than a month that I stayed away only from Instagram. Now it's very hard to stay away from WhatsApp because I chat with a lot of colleagues, but it's interesting and it makes me feel good when I do this. For hardest that it is before doing it, while I'm away, it's very nice. Um, Ariadne, please read number 5.
How does social media affect your focus on your daily activities? A lot, I think. It's an exercise to try to focus, but I think more Instagram. Yeah, but I think you doing something and then you got interrupted. I don't know if this word exists. I'm trying to, yeah. So I got interrupted a lot of times. I think just to check or chat with somebody, I think you lose your productive in your day, so it's really bad. And I try to get conscious of it and don't do that, you know. Yeah. And what about you, Wanda? You don't use social media, right? I think Instagram, more Twitter, I think, or not.
Yeah, I don't use Facebook, Instagram, nothing. I like it Twitter for getting contact with the world because I don't see the television, and if I don't see anything, I get off all the world. I see only sharks and the sand tubes and tubes. It's not good for me, and I think it's so necessary get with information. And I am opposite of Leticia. I focus in many things in the same time. I'm the opposite of her. Like that. How about you, Leticia? The best.
No, I'm not the best.
Yeah, you are.
No, I understand how I work. For example, for me, change the focus every time, and social media is part of the change the focus. It's too hard for me because I'm too frustrated. I'm too anxious about this, and I prefer focus in the one thing. In the other time, I do other thing. But I know in my profession sometimes it's impossible to do this, but I try. And uh, and do two, three things in the same time. Oh, I'm too crazy. I'm too angry about this, and I know I improve this in my life. But when I understand how I work, it's more level. It's not
Comfortable.
level. More comfortable to do this. But I prefer do hard tasks in the morning, and the other morning, okay, in the other time, in the afternoon, for example, do two or three things. But I work this. I work this. It's good for me.
Wanda, something I would like to ask you about is not only Twitter, for example, WhatsApp, it counts as well. Does WhatsApp interfere on your focus on during your work? I guess like since you're a dentist, right?
Yeah, I'm a dance.
I guess it's hard to stop. Oh, wait a moment.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth open. I'm checking my
Yeah.
messages. I think it's harder.
It's impossible. I work with
Yeah.
my hands and my eyes and my ears. I'm
Yeah. I
totally
guess
focused in
for
my work.
us who work with IT in front of the computer, it's easier to lose focus.
Yeah, it's totally different from my job.
Yeah. And Renan.
I think that with me it not happen because I try to use the social media in a healthy way. For example, when I have a problem and I'm stuck in this problem in the work, so I have to think about another thing, and I open the social network and watch another thing. So. Um, and then I come back and solve the problem. So I think this is a way for me that works. It's a healthy way for me, like I said. So it doesn't affect my focus in the work or my daily activity.
Um, Murilo, what about you?
Okay, make sure, for example, if I am focusing right now and I am looking a little social media, it's removing the focus before. Yeah. Until back in my focus away a lot, and because the looking a little in social media remove our focus. Yeah, it's delay some minutes for back the focus. Yeah. And that's it. I avoid. I use YouTube a lot. I use LinkedIn, Twitter a little. I like Twitter. And WhatsApp. Yeah, only these platforms. Next question. Or
Yeah, guys, everyone answered, right? Okay, so we can move on. Hannah, read number 6, please.
When you use social medias for hours away, affects something in how you communicate in the real life. Maybe. if a person is using for hours away, maybe it has a problem. So I don't use anything for hours away. For example, I really like to play video games. So when I playing for about 1 hour or like 2 hours, I'm get bored. So social medias as well, and and other things as well. So when you took a blank, I don't know if this a word, but a blank time for anything, maybe it can be a problem. And when we are talking about social medias, it can be a problem of communication in the future. I don't know. It's my opinion.
Nice, very nice. What about you, Ariadne?
Yeah, I think affect I think I like when you're talking with somebody and you don't pay attention really well in what person is saying, or you're already thinking about the answer, not to listen with real attention. I think that's the influence can be an influence from social media because it's really fast. We get used to have a lot of information really fast. So to pay attention to somebody, to real pay attention and real take care about what people are saying, it's difficult. I think this is, for me, it's a bad result from this. And what about you, Leticia? What do you think?
I remember one thing now. I'm speaking too fast, and normally when I talk with my colleagues, I speak too fast. And if I use the social media all the time, it's impossible to talk other people. But sometimes I'm too immersed when I do, and I understand I need a few moments, a few seconds to do when I change the focus in the other things, and sometimes I do this affect my communication with other people and in the real life in general, because I put my focus in one thing, it's I immersed in this, and I speak in fast, and I think the social media contributes to do this. And you, Murilo?
Yeah, make sure. I agree. And when we consume good content, it's communicating real life, yeah. And for example, if I consume politics a lot, when I talk with my friends, I go and speak about them, yeah. And or bad news or good news, or if I already book is my communicate, it's better. Yeah, that's it. And you, Wanda?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think when I talk with a person addicted in social media, they don't be capable to talk with a real life. They talk and they get the mobile phone to text anything and talk with me and don't see me. I think people, when get addicted in social media, get a little bit crazy and lost the focus and lost the relationship with like a human being. It's a little bit machine and human being. And who not answer?
Me.
You, Vicky.
Yeah, I really agree with what you said, Vanda. I guess when people stay for too long, I have friends that do that. When they stay too long focused on the social media, for example, when I'm talking to a friend, he doesn't follow the conversation. He gets lost with anything, and his mind is away. Not only if he checks his telephone a lot of times while we're talking, but I'm talking about something and I see he keeps losing himself away of the conversation. So it's hard and I have to be patient, but it's very hard because it's uncomfortable. And but it's not about like the person does this all the time. It's like, okay, I got the person that was scrolling the phone for a long period, and after it's hard to bring the person back to the real world where he needs to pay attention in the little details and the communication and what's happening for surrounding in our daily activities, for example. It's hard. As for me, I don't spend many hours on the phone, like directly many hours on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on Instagram. I take the phone to use a lot of times, but for short periods. For example, I interrupt my activities to scroll on the phone, but I get bored very fast and I keep it away. It's not healthy, it's not nice, but it's a habit that I have. Uh, Guys, it's 7:50. We don't have time to read another question. So I want to hear from you. What did you think about today's subject? I really want to ask you to watch the video because it's really nice after we finish here. If you can watch the video, I'm gonna send it's here on the chat already. And I want to hear from you. What did you think? Did you like? Didn't you like? Did you think it was boredom? Ariadne, please. It was your first time here with me. I'd like to hear from you.
I like it a lot, that subject, and I think it's necessary we talk about this because I have a different points of view, and it's good to talk about it and see other perspectives and answer for ourselves if we are doing right or no. Well, if have a better way to do it. So thanks a lot thanks a lot to be the host and to teach us to guide I don't know. Sorry, I'm mixing my thoughts, but thanks a lot, guys, everyone. I love it.
Your brain's still functioning in French.
Yes, like I'm thinking in French and then I'm translating from English. And at 8, I will do French classes. So I like, sorry.
That's okay. I'm very happy
good.
to have you here. You're
It's
very
really
welcome,
good
and I hope to see you again.
Thanks. I like talk, even to practice, like the sappy of the culture, thinking a language and think another, and we can change this language. And that's it. Thanks. I love it, this subject.
Thank you. Wanda, today's subject was less polemic than the last time you were here. Did you enjoy? How was it for you?
Yeah, it's a really interesting subject for thinking about, and be careful with hard social media in our life. You need to get focused in our life like a human being and get in contact with with other people and focus in other people, focus in your friends, in your relatives, not only in social media. Social media is good, but it's not only thing in the world.
Yeah, thank you. Guys, I got some really nice suggestions from last week, and I'm bringing new subjects for you. But as always, I left the survey link here on the chat. So I'd like to ask you, as always, please leave your comments, your rates, your suggestions, your feedback about our meetings. I really like to read your feedback and your answers. You've been all really nice. And Renan, please talk to us a little bit. How was your experience today with us?
Yeah, it was a nice conversation. I really like this kind of topic, and FOMO. It's I think that I am thinking about, because I really think that I have FOMO. Mainly when we are talking about of the job stuff. So it was a good conversation.
Nice, thank you. And you, Leticia?
I like this topic. I think it's too important to talk about this because it's part of our life, but it's not our real life. I understand when it is social media and the answer anytime in the same moment, it's affect my body, my mental health. I understand it's important to understand if when your mood your day, and for example I have a buzzy, and in the end of the day, for example, when I use it or when I talk too much, it's impossible to have a silence in my life, and I may change my mood about this, and it's too important this topic to talk about in our life.
Thank you. Okay, and you, Murilo?
Okay, and this is a big problem in the world, the subject, and people's affect the mind, affect the career, yeah, affect the professional life, yeah, and the family too, in homework. And I try avoid this situation and try control my life, yeah. I try search knows more in books and articles, yeah, internet, and my behavior, and improve them. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, congratulations for subject.
Okay, thank you. Well, this is it for today, guys. I really enjoyed talking to you all. Leticia and Murilo, thanks for always being here. It's very nice talking to you. Wanda, Ariadne, Renan, you can always be here with us. I'd like to see you again. So if you can, and if you like to, next week we'll be here on the same time, okay, at 7 o'clock. So bye bye, guys. Have a great end of the week, and that's it. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank
See you
you.
next week. Bye.
Bye.